If you're running Facebook ads and you're looking for a proven campaign structure to take your business to 8 figures while spending no more than 30 minutes a week in the Ads Manager, this video is for you. In case you don't know me, my name is Marcus Sanquila. I spent over 20 million on ads throughout my career. I own 3 e-commerce brands that are doing a combined 900K per month and mentor e-commerce brands, about 25 e-commerce brands currently. So overall, the whole portfolio is spending between 1.5 to 2 million a month. Why am I saying that? Not to brag, but to show you that everything that I'm going to show you, this is exactly what's working for me and all of the other brands. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what type of campaign you should be running, why it's important that you don't spend more than 30 minutes in your ad account every single week, and how to optimize all of the other stuff so that you can actually get to 8 figures. Enjoy the video. Let's jump right in. Before I share with you the exact campaign and ad account structure that is working like a charm when you want to scale your brand to 8 figures, I want to ask you a simple question. Do you want to scale your business and spend hours every single day in the ad account? Or do you want to scale your business and spend 15 to 20, maybe 30 minutes a week in your ad account? If you want the first one, this video is not for you. If you want to spend hours in the ad account over like optimizing ads and constantly checking the ad account, what's going on, if you want to do that, this video is not for you. If you want the latter and you want to use Facebook ads as I use it in my portfolio, in my own brands, doing 900K combined every single month, and also in my portfolio where we spend overall 1.5 to 2 million a month. If you want these strategies, then stick with me. So the very first thing is, it's a very simple setup. As I said, it's literally one evergreen CBO, and that's it. I'll show you another campaign that I use in some cases, but this is not really the important part. So in the CBO, I'm using one ad set which is called control. Okay, so what is the control ad set? The control ad set is just all the best ads that I have ever had and that I'm finding, like all the ads that are winners, I put them into the control ad set. Because what this does is that I'm making sure that I have my best pre-tested ads in one ad set. In most of the cases, this is where most of the spend goes, right? So with this structure, I'm ensuring that I'm spending, depending on the account, but let's say 70 or maybe 60 to 80% of the budget, I'm spending on my best ads. This is very important. And with more complex campaign structures, this is not so easy in some parts, right? In some situations. You don't really have an overview of how much am I actually spending on my best assets. So anyways, this is the control ad set. And then what I do is essentially just adding creative tests. Okay? And we do this every single week. 3 net new creatives. For the ones who already follow the channel a little bit, I always advise to test at least 3 net new creative concepts every single week, just to make sure that you have enough new stuff for your ad account, for the algorithm. So what my goal is with the test, and this is also very important to understand and to have that mindset, I'm trying to challenge, with every single test, I'm trying to challenge my best ads. I'm trying to beat them from, I'm trying to beat the control. Right? This is how like scientific testing works, right? You have a control, you have an hypothesis, and you try to beat the control. Very simple. So then what we do and what you will see is that you will spend most of the budget on the control. But what happens if you have a very good test This test starts to earn more spend every single day and basically jumps up the ranks. So this is a sign that Facebook sees potential in these creatives. And then obviously you have to evaluate, how does this translate into the bottom line of my business? Does this creative actually do what my business, what helps my business scale? Okay, but this is actually for another video. So this is the campaign setup. It doesn't get more complicated than that. A couple of other questions that people might have here is, what's the targeting? How do I target people? How do I test audiences? My answer is, audience testing is a waste of time. It's just a waste of time. And you know, it's not just me saying this, it's me observing this over years in a portfolio of brands of like 28 brands now that, you know, that just don't ever do it. We don't ever do it. I did that in the beginning, like all the stuff that you hear, this like testing audiences, testing lookalikes, having like multiple different campaigns, like duplicating campaigns if something is working. Trust me, I've been there, I've tried out all of this stuff. But again, back to my initial question, do you want to spend hours every single day in your ad account just to make the results that you want to make? Or do you want to simplify this and actually have time to improve the very important stuff, which is not your campaign setup, right? Which is not deciding every single day, in this ad set, should I add 20% or go down by $10? Like, this is all like brain capacity that just it drains your energy. And you need this energy to do better creatives, better offers, better funnels all the time. Right? This is what really moves your business forward. And obviously optimizing your business, monetizing the customers that you have better to create more profits that you can then use to fuel your acquisition again. So forget about this audience testing. What we do is we use broad audiences everywhere. And the reason why is that at some point you want to go broad anyways. And broad doesn't mean broad in a sense of your Facebook, the algorithm is basically going from person 1 to person 20 million, or however big your broad audience is, or 120 million. That's not how it works. The real targeting is our creative. The real targeting is our creative. And when you break it down even more, it's the messaging in our creative. So this is what still, to this day, a lot of people just get wrong. They think I have to go into the ads manager and I have to target who I want to show this at, right? So if I have like a pet brand, I have to type in pet owner and some kind of pet brand that is very well known to target the right people. This was how it used to work 5, 6, 7 years, ago. That's how you did it, and this is how you saw results. The problem with that now is, I don't even see it as a problem. It's actually the best thing that ever happened, is that the algorithm now is it's so much smarter. And what happens is when you upload a creative, Facebook actually analyzes what's the messaging in this creative. Like, for whom is this relevant? And then goes out, and when you see these like 120 million in broad, oh, this is too big. No. Facebook doesn't show this to the 120 million. First of all, you're optimizing on purchase, so it only shows it to people that have a high likelihood of purchasing. And then it looks at, what does this creative say, and for whom could this be relevant in this moment, so that the purchase, let's say the likelihood of purchasing is very, very high. That's what the algorithm is doing. Like, I'm breaking it down like it's very simplified, but that's what it's doing. So we control who we target by how we structure our creative, what messaging we have in our creative, right? So forget about all of this complicated manual targeting. This is not the best use of our time. Okay, so back to the campaign structure. That's it. You have your CBO, control, and you're pushing in the test assets. Everything is broad, no targeting, and that's it. Another question that I get with this, well, but what about retargeting? We're not retargeting people. How can people like see our ads one more time, right? They're not even seeing them. So this is not true, number one. Again, bullshit advice, right? So what we have to look at is the metric that almost nobody talks about, but it's one of the most important metrics in your ads manager. I have it right next to my CPA and my amount spent, which is frequency. So what is frequency? Frequency tells you, let's say in a 7-day span, right? So 7 days, how many times did somebody see, or did people on average see this ad, right? And this ranges obviously from 1.0, which would be people just saw it, like the people that this ad got served to saw it one time, exactly one time, to all the way up to, infinite. Like there's no end to it, technically. So what does this frequency number tell me? If I have a creative that has a frequency of 1, this means this creative goes out and constantly gets in front of new people, right? There's no duplication, right? There's no double seeing, like people don't see the ad twice ever, okay? But then there are also creatives that have a frequency of 3, for example. What does that mean? This means that in this time frame, let's say 7 days, this ad got served on average 3 times to the people that, got served this ad. So if you have like let's say you reached 1,000 people, you have 3,000 impressions, right? So these 1,000 people on average have seen this ad 3 times, and that's on average, right? It could be that a smaller part of that audience has seen it actually way more often. So what does this tell me? This tells me that this is actually retargeting. What is retargeting? Retargeting is just hitting people multiple times, right, with multiple messages. But those are people that have already engaged with the audience. So with your ads. So this is already retargeting. And now, if you don't believe me, after the video, look into your ads manager, look at the frequency table. If your frequency is not 1.0, you are actually already retargeting. And this is the cool thing. The algorithm is it's incredibly smart because it analyzes, as I said earlier, you remember here? It said, okay, it's analyzing your creatives, it's analyzing the messaging, and it also analyzes, is this a creative that is relevant for somebody that has never heard of your brand before? If the answer is no, then it will just show it more often to people that have already had a touch point in the beginning. So this is where you see the frequency going up, right? So it's really about the creative, finally. This determines how the algorithm is actually delivering your creative, okay? So there's no need to do like a separate retargeting campaign and be super happy that you have like a return on ad spend of 5, but then you look at the frequency and the frequency is like 10 or 11. Wow, what does that even mean, right? So it doesn't really bring you any extra effort, extra benefit, because you already have it in this account structure, right? And you're avoiding overspending on extra retargeting. So this is a mistake that a lot of people do. They have like an extra retargeting campaign. They see, wow, the return on ad spend is at 5. Wow, amazing. So I'll just double the budget here. And then the next week you come back and you're like, oh, it's just at a 3, but it's still okay. Let's increase. This is just stupid. Like, you're just overspending. If you don't look at the frequency at the same time, you're just wasting money, literally. Because it would be more beneficial to your business to spend more money on the ads that are bringing in people and converting people at the same time. So you're actually like, without even noticing, you're losing money. And that's why this simplified campaign structure makes sure that you don't do a lot of these stupid mistakes. Right? Okay, so yeah, that's it. This is it in a nutshell. Now, as I said, like, this is you don't want to spend hours in the ad account, and trust me, like, it's not needed. Like, in the brands where I'm managing the budget, I'm literally spending like 15 to 20 minutes a week in the ad account. I have clients, a bunch of e-commerce brands that I'm mentoring, that I'm showing all of this stuff and help them implement it without any agency or anything. And they're spending 15 to 20 minutes in the ad account, actively making budget decisions and turning on and turning off ads or ad sets. That's it. And why is this so beneficial? Because Facebook, you have to see Facebook just as the fuel to acquire the right customers for your business, okay, for your brand. You want to grow your brand. You don't want to be a full-time media buyer. This doesn't make any sense, right? And you don't need like an expert media buyer running like a super complicated setup that you have no idea how it works, because you're actually risking that you're not growing your brand in the most profitable way. And that's what this is the only thing we need. So let's reduce the efforts, the unnecessary effort here, so that we have more time to actually understand how we can crack this part here, right? How we can acquire the right people at scale for our brand. And this is the boring stuff of understanding who is your target audience, okay? So doing research. I have a couple of videos about this topic. Then understanding what is the right angle, okay? What's the right creative type? And what's the right offer, obviously. Super irresistible, attractive offer. And what's the right funnel? So this is the stuff that we have to do. And this is what I teach the brands in my portfolio. And that's why I see brands going from 40K to $1 million in a year, or going from 10, 12K to 150K or like 300K run rates, like 10K per day, in like 7 months. It's because they focus on this stuff and they don't spend time like over managing budgets in the ad account. So here, this is where you have like the 5x, 10x, 50x leverage, but you don't have that leverage in your ad account. So one very important takeaway here: a bad creative, a bad funnel, a bad target audience selection, a bad offer is always going to stay a bad offer. It's always going to stay bad. A better account structure will not make it better. That's what I want you to take from that video, right? Don't overcomplicate things. Trust me, if you don't believe me, watch all of my other videos. This is the only campaign structure that you need. It's the only campaign structure that you will ever need. Because this is designed to help your business and to have, so that you have time to focus on the stuff that really is important. Okay? All right. That's actually it. Don't skip the homework. Don't skip the homework. This is our homework. As a business owner, as a brand owner, this stuff is our homework. That's what we actually have to do. This is how we grow our business. Not by spending hours in the ad account. Okay? So, yeah, I think that was it. Just looking through my notes that I don't forget anything. Don't listen to bullshit advice out there. See a lot of people just talking, but they don't have maybe it works for one single case, or they just like to spend hours in the ad account. I don't. I just think you as a business owner also shouldn't do that. None of your team members should do this. You should just be focusing on scaling your business, right? So that's the account structure for that. If you're looking for something else, as I said in the beginning, then this video was not for you, and I'm sorry about that. All right, I think we covered everything. If you want me personally to help you implement all of this stuff, right? Making sure that you have the right account structure, making sure that you have the right target audience, the right angle, that you have the right creative types, the right offer, the right funnel, that you have a team, that you build up a team to make sure that all of this stuff gets done, even if you're not around, even if you're sleeping or doing something else, or taking care of the rest of the business, products, whatever. Then just click the first link in the description below, and look through how I help people. You will see some references there, and then book a call with me, and we can figure out if and how I could help you. I'm not working with everybody. I'm working with people that are serious about this, that are serious about getting their business to multiple 7 figures, 8 figures, and so I hope that was helpful. Let me know in the comments, and definitely don't test audiences. Don't spend all of this time in the ad account. If somebody tells you about that, be skeptical, and use this campaign structure, and hopefully scale. Of course you will scale if you're following the right principles. So take care.